becomes a popular rebellion. All the causes brought the Indian population at the verge of a revolt. The spark was provided by a small thing as small as a rifle cartridge. At that time, the Enfield rifle was introduced in the army. Its cartridges were covered with a greased paper cover. This greased cover had to be bitten off before the cartridge could be loaded into the rifle. The news spread that the grease was made of cow and pig fat, as the Hindu considered the cow sacred and the Muslim do not eat pig's meat. Both these communities were enraged. This incident, popularly known as the greased cartridges incident, became the immediate cause of the revolt. From Meerut to Delhi. The first protest against using the greased cartridges was raised by a soldier by the name of Mangal Pandey. He belonged to the 34th Infantry stationed at Barakpur near Calcutta. He refused to use the cartridges and was subsequently hanged. On 24th April 1857, some soldiers stationed at Meerut also refused to use the cartridges. On 9th May 1857, they were severely punished for this. This incident sparked of a mutiny among the sepoys of Meerut. On 10th May 1857, these rebels on 10th May 1857, these rebel soldiers killed their British officers, released their imprisoned comrades, and hoisted the flag of revolt. This was the official beginning of the Great Indian Revolt of 1857. The soldiers then set off for Delhi. On 11th May 1857, they reached Delhi. Here the local infantry troops joined in. The rebels seized Delhi and declared the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar as the Emperor of India. He wrote letters to all chiefs and rulers of the country to fight against the British. The news spread quickly to the other areas and people stood up in rebellion against the British in different parts of the country. The spread of the revolt. The main centers of revolt were Jhansi, Kanpur, Ara and Awadh. Rani Lakshmibai is considered as the greatest leader of the revolt. After the death of her husband, she became the regent of her 5-year-old adopted son. However, the British refused to recognize the right of her adopted son to the throne. She was helped by Tantia Tope. She fought gallantly, but Jhansi was captured by British and she died while fighting on the battlefield. The revolt was led by Nana Sahab, the adopted son of Baji Rao. He was successful in expelling the British. He carried on the fight with British and was assisted by his trusted general Tantia Tope and other officer Azimullah Khan. Though they fought bravely, Kanpur was captured by the British and Nana Sahab refused to surrender and escaped successfully to Nepal. The revolt was led by Rajput Jamindar Kumar Singh in Ara in Bihar. He led the movement in Audh as well as central India. He was successful at many places in Bihar but died fighting a fierce battle against British in April 1858. Bakht Khan led the revolt at Bareilly. He continued fighting till he died. Begum Hazrat Mahal was the leading spirit behind the uprising in Awadh. She was helped by Ahmadullah, a Maulvi from Faizabad. The Awadh forces besieged the residency at Lucknow, but after a severe battle, Lucknow was recaptured by British in March 1858 and the Begum escaped to Nepal. The British ruthlessly tried to suppress the revolt. People were subjected to all kind of cruelties to prevent them from organizing another revolt. Additional forces were called to suppress people. The last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was tried in court and sentenced to life imprisonment and sent to Rangoon jail, where he died in custody in 1862. It took about 2 years for the British to suppress the revolt. The company fights back. Even though the revolt was widespread, it failed. Historians have analyzed and explained the cause for the failure. The rebel leaders were fighting for the restoration of their respective lost privileges. There was lack of national consciousness. The movement did not have a nationwide dimension. It remained confined to some parts of North and Central India only. There was the absence of effective inspiring leadership. Bahadur Shah Zafar was too old and in poor health and also lacked some leadership qualities. The rebels did not possess good weapons as compared to British, who used modern weapons and technology. The rebels were not properly organized. They depended on local people for support. Certain sections of the society were loyal to the British. For example, the Gorkhas of Nepal rendered their services to the British. Nawab of Bhopal and Nizam of Hyderabad showed loyalty to British. Big zamindars and educated class remained hostile to the rebels. Aftermath. The rule of the East India Company came to an end. British Parliament passed a new act in 1858 and transferred the powers of the East India Company to the British Crown. British Crown took over the administration. The Governor General was given the title of Viceroy, who represented the Crown. A Secretary of State was made responsible for all the matters relating to the governments of India. He was given a council to advise him. Policy of annexation was given up, and the Indian rulers were given the right to adoption. The Queen promised not to interfere in the social and religious practices of the Indians. The army was recognized to prevent any revolt. Number of European soldiers were increased. More soldiers were recruited from among the Sikh, Gorkhas and Pathans, who had shown loyalty towards the British at the time of revolt. Zamindars and landlords were given their right back to them to win their support and loyalty. The British termed it as the Sepoy Mutiny. British writers call it the mutiny as it was started by the soldiers after the introduction of greased cartridges. On the other hand, the Indians call it the First War of Independence, as both Hindus and Muslims jointly took part in the revolt. Even the sannyasis and fakirs carried the messages of freedom as secret emblems in the form of lotus or chapatis from one place to another. So this is how a new phase of history began after 1857. So students, write some questions and all answers write in your copy. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.